How's it going? Based on the title of the video, I bet you can guess what we're doing today. So, you might notice we have someone joining us. I am very excited about it. I did not make her lay down there. She chose to do that. And I'm very excited about it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. The title of this story is... He glanced around the room to look for the next box he needed to tape up. He spotted one across the room with the flaps of the cardboard raised to the sky in a telling manner. He marched toward the box, tape roll in hand, and when he reached his target, his fingers went directly to the sticky plastic. He stopped, though, when something caught his eye from inside the box. He put the tape roll down and reached into the box, retrieving a small Polaroid picture from inside. He stared at it, remembering the day that it was taken. It was a warm summer evening spent with friends around a campfire. It was too early in the summer for the fireflies to be out, not that the camera would have picked them up anyway. The four of them were drinking and playing stump to celebrate their graduation, when one of them decided that a selfie with the rest of the group was in order. Moments after that picture was taken, he remembered, the one on the right was offered their dream job in DC as a political correspondent. They had applied on a whim and somehow managed to land it. They were needed immediately and had to leave a week later. He sighed, remembering the good times they had. He went to put the picture back in the box, but as he went to set it down, he noticed a small paper wristband crunched between the side of the box and a debate trophy from a couple years ago. He pulled out the surprisingly untattered bracelet and read, "Cancer Treatment Centers of America," as well as the name listed on it. He glanced back at the picture he was still holding in his left hand, and saddened his eyes as he looked at the owner of the bracelet, the one on the far left who took the photograph. They had seemed so happy and hopeful then, completely unaware of what was to come in the following months. He gripped the bracelet tightly, making sure not to damage it, and shoved it and the picture in his pocket. He closed the box without looking inside, not wanting to stir up any more memories. With a swift and well-placed motion, he sealed the cardboard with the clear bandage, not to be disturbed for a few days and a couple 100 miles. He once again turned to the room for his next target, but found nothing. All the boxes in the living room were shut and neatly stacked. He made his way to the kitchen and got to work immediately, putting all remaining plates, utensils, and tools in the box he had set aside for this very purpose. He sealed all boxes within sight and looked around at the blank walls and empty countertops. It's hard to believe that it looked like this when he first moved in, because now he could only see it as they had it set up. He made his way to the bedroom. This was the room that was the most incomplete of them all, since he was basically living out of this room while he deconstructed the rest of his apartment. He had boxed up all of the non-essentials, but couldn't pack the things he used this morning until now. He got to work by grabbing everything he had left and put it on the bed. When he grabbed his deodorant, however, he saw something that he had missed on his initial run-through. A single chess piece sat in front of him. He picked up the insignificant piece and stared at it for a minute. He recalled the day he obtained the piece. It wasn't hard either, because it was only a few weeks ago. He was playing chess with his friend, the furthest one in the picture he saw earlier, because that was always their game. They'd played chess together too many times to count, each trading wins like it was a rigged sporting event whose sole purpose was to generate interest. She always started off better than him, but often he would find a loophole at the end to take the win. Other times, she just straight up beat him. On this particular day, she had picked up his black pawn on the far right of the board and said, "This is my favorite piece in the whole set. Do you know why? It's the biggest underdog. It starts in the worst position, it always goes last, and it doesn't have any special abilities to separate it from the crowd. And yet, the game can't be played without it. And sometimes, it can even win it. I want you to have it. That way, I won't be able to play with anyone else until we see each other again." He tore his eyes away from the pond to look at the room that surrounded him. He stared into the silence that had never once plagued this place. There was always someone there, always something playing. Now that it was just him, the silence was louder than any sound that had resonated through the walls. He breathed out a sigh, shoved the pawn into his pocket with the picture and the bracelet, and got back to work. Within an hour, everything that had previously been strewn about was now packed tightly away, ready to road trip to a new life. As he rode in the back of the taxi on his way to pick up the moving truck, he looked out at the city that he had called home for the past 6 years, and only saw memories. A year ago, he looked at these streets as if they were full of possibilities, and he was excited about what they would discover next. Now, though, just memories. He picked up the truck and drove it back to his place. The movers were supposed to be there in an hour, so he sat on the couch and waited. 1 hour left in this state. 1 hour left in this city. 1 hour left in this place. No. 1 hour left in his home. And that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed writing it. I think we can all relate to it on some form or another. So, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
I told you. You're so cute. You're so cute.